Well, there was a student, I was in phys ed, and I overheard explicit language that he was frustrated with his teacher because his learning goal, he thought he had met it, but I guess the teacher didn't think he had done so, and so he was really frustrated, and he was using inappropriate language, but also had like learning goal and my success criteria. I thought I had it, but initially you want to be like, don't, and then you're like, what? He's saying it. Yeah.
I'm a Waterloo Region District School Board student, and my world is constantly changing. I live in a world where technology is everywhere. I can connect with a friend in another part of the globe just as easily as I can with a friend down the street. When I graduate high school, I will enter a world that is more complex and connected than ever before. My education needs to prepare me for that world. I'm a Waterloo student.
A complex and connected world. And it's not just coming, it's here. And if education is going to prepare students for this world, we'd better have a plan, an improvement plan. Because improvement is essential to our world. Where would the car be without improvement? Where would cell phones be without continuous improvement? The future will be different, and improvement is the thing that will make it better. A board improvement plan for student achievement.
I look at it as a vision, and it guides a system, much like many of the other things in terms of our 6 strategic directions guide the system. So the BIPSA is one of them. Leadership is about moving forward, it's about change. And we spent some time on looking at what the hurdles are to change, and working together collaboratively will bring about that change, and that is about continuous improvement. So when you look at the BIPSA or a school improvement plan, we continue to tweak it. Continuous improvement, feedback, and that whole plan, act, assess, reflect is important within that continual improvement.
At the top of the BIPSA triangle, our overall goal, optimizing learning and achievement for all students. We want the best. Everyone's in.
It goes up to 14?
I really feel strongly that the collaboration this year has helped all students. Our focus was on some of our more at-risk or our vulnerable learners in the classroom, and we quickly knew that the way we were instructing, the opportunities that we were setting up for them for problem solving, the tools at which we were giving them, the choice was good for all students. So as we started to see our more vulnerable students improving in collaboration, and then obviously in their confidence, and which came through in their academic ability, we saw that that was helping all students in the classroom.
My school must be a place where my friends and I can be successful, regardless of where we come from. A place where we are inspired to learn by teachers who engage us in exploring and communicating our ideas, our thoughts, and our feelings. A place to collaborate and reach our full potential. I'm a Waterloo student.
The 2014-15 Board Improvement Plan goal is for all students to improve their ability to communicate their thinking. All forms of communication count. Every student counts.
He often was the one who would just sit back and not say much, or he'd say a little bit. He was a friendly kid, he had friends, but he didn't have any kind of confidence in math. What I found is as we really committed to the idea of collaboration, to working in groups every day and to have that be part of our regular routine, it became clear to all the students that they had to kind of step up and do their part. And it was really interesting to watch this guy, along with some others, but this guy in particular really started to come out of his shell. He started to show that he had more confidence, started to realize that his ideas about math were actually pretty solid, started to speak up, and as he spoke up and realized that his ideas were correct, there was a whole demeanor change. He smiled a lot more in class, started to show more confidence. He got a level 4 on a summative assessment the other day, and it's the first time he brought his math test back signed the next day. So he clearly wanted to go home and show his folks.
Our diversity will not be a barrier, but rather a reason for our success. We will develop the strength of character to overcome obstacles and be resilient, whatever comes our way.
That was the whole scene.
So if you're looking out the window.
We value collaboration at the system, school, and classroom level to support growth and learning. Collaboration is engaging and promotes an inquiry approach. Different ideas coming together and resulting in learning for higher student achievement and positive outcomes.
Collaboration, I think, looks like everyone working together as a group, and it sounds like everyone trying to reach the same goal. And it doesn't have to be just necessarily in math class. It could be on a team, it could be in English class. It's everyone sort of working together. You can hear talking, but not talking over each other.
It helps me by seeing how they're understanding things that I can learn for how to help people more in the future. For when I'm on like a job site, then I know how to help.
They don't want to let each other down. Right? There's that accountability. Right away you can see they want to show off their strengths. But at the same time, they also know their weaknesses, and they're working on their weaknesses in that group somehow, you know, in their own little way, as opposed to when it's all in rows, you know, it's kind of like it seems like no one wants to show off their weaknesses, right? You know, it's all about, okay, I'm only going to raise my hand if I know the answer.
Enjoy, go at it.
Students have told me time and time again, I really like it when we do these hands-on activities, when we get to talk to one another. I feel like I really get to take the ideas out of my brain and externalize them with my classmates, and that helps me to know that I understand what's happening.
He's also like bleeding, his shirt is torn up, and so he kind of looks really suspicious.
I find I learn better in interaction and like debate and discussion than I do with dictation and having to take notes. Because when I try and take notes, I'm just mindlessly copying it all down without really focusing on what I need to be learning.
There are lots of challenges to collaborating. You've got to get over those, and you have to let students know that just because there's one little hiccup, that the collaboration doesn't end. That collaboration has to continue despite the fact that there are obstacles you have to overcome.
She has a David's tea bag on her.
I probably have to think harder because I'm actually in a discussion, whereas if I'm watching a teacher, I can easily tune out because I'm not interacting, so I'm more actively thinking.
It challenges my way of thinking, it challenges me as a teacher. We need to be able to see ourselves as risk takers, so our students see that. We have to model that behavior, and I don't know if we do that as much as we could.
We will be the innovators, community builders, creators, skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and leaders of tomorrow. I'm a Waterloo Region District School Board student.
As a learning organization, the Waterloo Region District School Board embraces the Plan, Act, Assess, Reflect learning cycle framework to continually improve our work over time.
So as far as collaborative inquiry, we're using that cycle where we're planning, we're thinking about what did the students do last day, we're listening to challenges and successes on behalf of the work that's in front of us, and then we're acting on that. We're planning together, we're going in, delivering the lesson, and we're assessing what we're seeing. Then we bring the work back, we reflect on what we saw, what we heard, and we're making next steps. So that assessment for learning is at the core of our work together.
I'm a Waterloo Region District School Board student, and my world is constantly changing. I live in a world where technology is everywhere. I can connect with a friend in another part of the globe just as easily as I can with a friend down the street. When I graduate high school, I will enter a world that is more complex and connected than ever before. My education needs to prepare me for that world. My school must be a place where my friends and I can be successful, regardless of where we come from. A place where we are inspired to learn by teachers who engage us in exploring and communicating our ideas, our thoughts, and our feelings. A place to collaborate and reach our full potential. Our diversity will not be a barrier, but rather a reason for our success. We will develop the strength of character to overcome obstacles and be resilient, whatever comes our way. We will feel safe and welcome and know that our well-being is supported inside and outside of school. We will be the innovators, community builders, creators, skilled workers, entrepreneurs, and leaders of tomorrow. I'm a Waterloo Region District School Board student. I will achieve success, and I know you will make a difference in preparing me for my future.